What is up, everybody? It is your boy, Real Shocker, the Dynasty Hedgehog, and we are here for the WWC Championship Season 7 recap for you guys. And I'm just so happy that we made it to another championship. This is now my 8th or ninth championship. I'm literally trying to remember all back of my head the championships I've won. But I literally think it's been either 8 or 9 now. And man, it's crazy that by the time Generation 8 had ended, we ended with 8 or 9 championships. That because like I only won 2 in Generation 7, and when Generation 8 has rolled out, I've won almost every one I've been a part of, and it's just crazy to me. And I think overall we had a powerful team. We had a lot of naysayers that said the team was not great. The team was definitely not as good. But I think we proved them wrong. We made a ton of transactions to this team, definitely in the beginning of the season. So it definitely was a bit of a transition heavy team, but from the transitioning, it turned out to be great teamwork, and we put in the absolute work with this team, and I am so proud of myself, and it was just a great season. But enough talking about the season. Let's talk about our team and the mons we had that took us there to the championship. But first, if you guys are excited, leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Join the Real Shocker crew today, so you can be further with the king of the crew. Sorry, I just finished my dinner, so I might either have hiccups or just like these weird little air gap things. Like, I have no idea. So let's quickly go over the team that on transactions, and I'm actually going to do a little bit of a preview fix on stuff that we did draft that I don't think I fully talked about or anything like that, and stuff like that. So let's first start off with the 3 mons we originally had on this roster. Now, originally, I had Dragloat as my dragon and as my ghost type. I only had Dragloat for the reason that, for one, I thought it was a cool little fun pick. It actually worked out for a couple of matchups, and I didn't have a dragon type yet at the time. I would waste almost all my points for other things, so I went with that. But I ended up switching that out because I wanted a better dragon. I wanted a better dragon for my team. There wasn't Dracovish at the time, so there was that. But I think Dracula can be good. I think in lower tiers, it's definitely trying to shine more. In the format we had, I don't know. Scissor was on this team originally, and I was so mad I had to drop this, but as we'll talk about later, we just picked up the better Mon, I feel like. But Scizor is something I seriously just want to use so bad, dude. I feel like this is a Pokemon that can just be used so effectively well. It is just a phenomenal Pokemon, and I would love the opportunity to get the chance to use this thing. Even if I suck with it, I want to use it because of how fun and how great it is, dude. And also, if you see me kind of moving around and making sounds, my one cat, the original Thriller cat, Sneaky here, he's making his presence, and he's kind of being a little annoying right now. But yeah, but Scizor would have loved to have this on the team. And then Deoxys Speed we originally had. This thing was allowed nasty plots, so we could have actually made Deoxys Speed work at some points. But I think at the end of the day, Deoxys Speed just wasn't going to work out, and it was, I don't know, it would have given me that elite speed tier, which would have been really good, which I was trying to pair off with Web, so this thing could run Modest every single week, and kind of be versatility. It had Stealth Rocks, it had Spikes, just a lot of things going for us. But I think, that, again, what we did drop out is what made the team better, so there was that. So now let's talk about the transactions we made. Technically speaking, these Ramons we literally just added on to the team, and I'm gonna actually kind of explain why I added these first two here, because I don't think I really talked about it. I think in my draft analysis all that well. But we did pick up Vigorov and Glalie, which we eventually dropped. And the reason why I picked up Glalie the first time around and Vigorov, I think was actually a good low tier normal type that we could have really used. I almost brought it, I think, against Jet or against Ian for week 3 just because of how good it was going to be in the matchup. But I ended up dropping it off because I think there was a better normal type we could have gone. There was definitely some other great mons we could have used. But definitely am not going to turn away a potential chance to use Vigorov again because I would love to. Glalie, he's an MVP, man. He's an MVP. OG Albino says so. He says he's the MVP, man. I believe Owen. I believe Owen that this is the MVP. He has spikes. That makes him MVP. But on the real, I would love to try to use Glalie at one point, just because I think Glalie's interesting. Glalie goes physical special, has really good special coverage, good special coverage. Yeah, base 80 across the board is kind of terrible, but I think overall it's a good Pokemon, and I think it'd be really good. So now the main 4 mons we had on the roster that we did switch out for. First one being Mega Tyranitar. Mega Tyranitar, I think, was a good mon on paper with having webs and then having just a killer offensive Pokemon that could take advantage of webs. This is a really good Rock Polish user, just a good Dragon Dance user, setting up Sand to get boosted Spadef. If we probably had a Sand abuser on this team, it would have made Mega Tyranitar look really more better, and I could have definitely brought it a good couple times. I think just from what we tried to do with it, it was just not working, and I'm really sad because I really wanted this mon to work. I've been liking regular Tyranitar, and I was going to be giving Mega Tyranitar the big push, so hopefully one day I get a chance to use Mega Tyranitar again. Up next is Seismitoad. Seismitoad is a mon I was really, really wanting to pair with Dragovich, but the more my transactions were working, I could not make the pair work. Because I wanted to go somewhat Rain team with this draft, with having Seismitoad and then having Dragovich. But that didn't end up working out for us because we got sniped on a lot of things. So there was that. But overall, Seismitoad is a phenomenal mon. I definitely want to try it again. I need the Toad in my life. Plus, I need to make Huff happy and get this thing kill leader one day. So there is going to be that. So. This one definitely hurt the most, I feel like, because this mon was definitely doing great for us. It was really going on a good offensive tear at the start of the season, and then we just dropped it. It came in the clutch against Jet, and excuse me. I just think overall we could have done better with it, and I just think I don't know, man. I definitely would love to use Zapdos again. I think Zapdos is such a good mon, dude. First time I used it, it was a phenomenal breaker, a phenomenal mon, and we got like 14 or 15 kills with that in our first season with it in another league, which was our GBL. So I think that was really, really great. So we'd love to give Zapdos again. And Sigilyph, did not get a chance, man. There were a couple of times I really wanted to bring Sigilyph to a matchup, just like, but the matchups were too rough. Couldn't really do too much with, and it kind of hurt Sigilyph more to be brought than it was to use it. So that was definitely a big blunder right there. But we'd like to use Sigilyph again because I think it's a really good Pokemon. I really, really do. So now we got to kick it off to the team that brought us to the dance, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we're going to kick it off, obviously, like we always do, with the Mons that did not perform the best, except for one that did the best it could. But this time we actually have two. So first off, we're kicking off is Hitmonchan. I'm probably not going to draft this thing anymore, just because I tried to draft it for a spinner. I tried to use it, and we didn't use it at all in the finals game. We didn't use it against Harv, and it just didn't do anything for us. It just died and did nothing. It could have done maybe something, but he didn't bring the right team for us to kind of take advantage of it, so it didn't matter. And just overall, I think this Pokemon just didn't get to do as much as he wanted to, so it is what it is. Slurpuff, I'm really sad Slurpuff didn't get to do anything. There were several times that Slurpuff could have, but I brought like the wrong sets. Wrong sets that I could have worked against it. I think we could have used it way more effectively, potentially, so I don't know, man. I think we could have done something more with it, but who knows what you could have done. There's a he said, she said type of thing, so you just never know, right? You just never know. Ooh, excuse me. Up next was Bouffalon, and honestly, Bouffalon did work this season. It took the hit from Alakazam and killed it, and then did some good work a little bit throughout the rest of the season. It could have done a little bit more against Jet, and it should have done a lot more against Jet, but got burnt and got weakened to the point where it couldn't do too much else for the game. And we really could have used it a lot more, and I was so, man, I was so close to making Boop shine. But Boop did okay. He definitely was not the best, but definitely did the absolute best he could. And last but not least, just barely, and I literally mean this, just barely, because both this and Serena was Hyde, I'm pretty sure. And I was so close on going Moltres for top, because of the performance in finals. But I think overall, when it came to the main performance value, that made sense a lot more and actually provided more of an off good usage and stuff like that. I gotta give it to Serena, so that's why she's in the top 6. Not Moltres, but Moltres definitely came in the clutch in finals. First off, landing that hurricane land was massive for us. And then obviously chipping down the rest of my opponent's draft to be able to do what it did. So phenomenal, phenomenal stuff there. So there was that. But now, wait, did we have 11? Oh, we had 11 mods. Whoopsies. I just realized that. Oh, so Serena is actually down here then. I completely forgot we had 11 mods. But yeah, Serena also just barely makes it out of the top 6 as well, just because of the fact that Serena didn't get to do much. We didn't bring it at all. I think we only brought it like 2 or 3 games, and it only got to see the light of day in one of those games, and that's when it went 2-1, I think it was. But then it died in another game where it couldn't. No, it died against Sparky Sparrow because of the fact that I wasn't smart, and after the U-turn damage, put me in range of what he could do against me. So there was that. So, but I think Serena's a good grass type. I really think after using it a few times now, I think I've definitely got the hang of this thing. I just need to build it a little bit better and kind of use it a bit better. So, but overall, I do think this is a really good grass type. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Serena, and I think this is going to be a phenomenal grass mon to use going future for us. So now, let's kick it with the top 6 Pokemon. And I'm really sad that I had to put him down this low. It is Zeraora. Zeraora shined a little bit against Jet, but besides that match, Zeraora did not get to do anything for us this season. Like, the rest of the team was most of the team was basically these first 5, and just the filler between Moltres, Serena, and then even Zero to a potential standpoint. Like, there were some games that purposely didn't bring Zero because of the fact that one, I know my opponents would counter around that and stuff like that. But I think we did Zero so dirty this season. Excuse me. Like, I think we didn't do Zeraora justice. I don't think we used Zeraora to any potential it had during this season. And I really do feel a little ashamed for that. I think I need to start taking a break from this Pokemon just because of the fact that either A, I'm now starting not to use it correctly, and B, me, I'm just overusing it so much that I think that when I look at it, it just does not do too great against us with having it and everything like that. So, definitely some things to consider going into any future National Dex Leagues once they start back up and everything like that. But going into the Big Five, these Big Five got 5 kill plus around the team, and these were mons that were really going in and out of the top 10 for a good while. Kicking off with one of our transactions, which by the way, Buffalon, Hitmonchan, and Moltres were 3 of the transactions that we made of the 4th. But of the 5 we made, one of those 2 transactions left we had to talk about was Landorus with Sheer Force, and I can see why people banned that thing, man. This thing hits hard with Sheer Force. This thing is so powerful, so offensive, so good. We used it really, really well. We went 5-2 with it this season. I think overall it was a phenomenally great mon, dude. I really like Landorus. And if I get another chance to use Sheer Force Lando, I definitely am going to take a chance with it. Just because of the fact of how good it is. And just a decently good move coverage as well for it. It's just so great. And surprisingly enough for us, this mon went 6-4. And by the way, it went more off of kills than it did with deaths. So there was that. But I'm going to tell you guys, Dragalge put in the work this season. This was my second time, I believe, using Dragalge, and this was the better of the 2 that I have chance with. This thing at the start of the season was so good offensively. Really put in a ton of work in the games that it did. And it definitely did cut a fall because we didn't get to bring it. Excuse me. Bring it all that much, and we didn't get to do too much with it. But what I think was really, really cool is that this mon really just got to click buttons, it got to be creative, it got to put in the work that it needed to do. And I think overall this mon was amazing. It was great, and I had a lot of fun with you guys. And I definitely want to use this thing going into future leagues as well. And between the top 3, number 2 and number 3 were so hard because they were tied in deaths. But I did tied in deaths, ties in kills. But I went towards the more like kill death ratio there that time. And I actually went with kind of the Mon that I think did the better of the two, and that was Cinderace. So number 3, even though he did get the winning kill, I am putting Dracovish number 3, my boy Munch here, and this is now the 4th championship I've won with Dracovish. Like, this is the 3rd championship where Dracovish got the last kill to win us the game, and this is the 4th championship I've won with Dracovish in Generation 8. I think this just screams the thriller win mon. Like, when I have Vish, I have won every league I have done with this mon. 4 for 4 that I have this thing on my team, I win a championship. You can go back. Now, I will state this. The first time I ever used Dracovish, I did not win. But that was the first time Dracovish was allowed, and I think everything was not settled in all the way. So, from after the first time we ever used Dracovish, since we picked it back up, we won every single championship with this thing on our team. And I think this has definitely become the staple of Furthermon when it comes to Generation 8 and just in general. So, I've loved this thing. I don't care what flack this thing gets. I don't care what people say about this Mon. It is a GOAT Mon and is the best Gen 8 Draft League Pokemon out there. So good. So good. I love it so much. And going to number 2 was definitely a resurgence for us this season and really did end up being such a good Mon for us this season. It didn't miss a single Power Ball. It didn't miss a single high jump kick. This Mon put in the work, and it saved our butts against Swampy in week 4. I'm pretty sure it was when I kind of messed around with the Garchomp play and everything like that, and it saved our butts. Oh my god. Garchomp was scary, and Cinderace just came in, saved the day, and oh my god, it was so clutch. And me having Sucker Punch also was the main way I won that one too. So, just overall, Cinderace, phenomenally great Mon this season. I really would love to get the opportunity to use it again because I think there's still more I can do with this thing. And I just overall think it was a phenomenal Mon this season. I think it definitely put in the massive work this season. So, really, really happy with that. But, since he is the champion of the team, we gotta make him shine here. Genesect. What can I say about this Mon? This Mon was the absolute freaking GOAT, man. This thing was phenomenal this season. It went 13-3. It was one death away from claiming kill leader. And it was also one kill away from claiming kill leader of the entire season if you counted playoffs. Because I know a lot of leagues don't count playoffs / quarter playoffs, finals, and all that in the MVP racing, but I kind of was just looking at it. This would have technically been tied for Darkrai, but I didn't remember Darkrai died at one point, so this overtook Darkrai and went number 2. It started out as, I believe, a number 11, number 12 when we ended the regular season, and it finished number 2 for us guys. And then finished overall number 1 for our team because at first it was Cinderace and Munch putting the team in head of kills, but then once playoffs hit, the semifinals and finals, Genesect just popped off, man. He just went in and proved to everyone that he's just still a phenomenal Pokemon. And if it wasn't for Swampy dropping this Mon, I don't know we would have made it to the semifinals, being the round 1 bye, and then I don't even know if we would have made it past semifinals to get to finals, and I don't know if we still would have won finals, and heck, I don't even know if we would have won a good couple of our games that we had going for the season afterwards, but Genesect proved that it is, even if it has drives, it is a Mon that puts in the absolute work and can absolutely shine, dude. So I'm super proud of the pickup we made here. I knew it was the right pickup to get when I saw Swampy drop it. It is just phenomenal. I love this Pokemon so much. And if I get a chance to draft this thing again, even if it's allowed to drives or if it's only allowed drives or can hold any item, I don't care. This is the one I want to use again so badly because of how good it is and how amazing I think this Pokemon can be, even more without any restriction. But if it's still restricted to the way it was this season, I think I can still make this Pokemon shine. That is our team, guys. Let me know down below what was your favorite Mon on the team, and who do you think, just from watching our games and just from me talking, who do you think was definitely the overall MVP? For me, I think it had to been Genesect, but if you guys want to say something like Dracovish, Jidalgi, Landorus, even Cinderace, go ahead and say that in the comment section below. I love reading comments. I like to interact with the comments. And just overall, I love this team. This team came out so great at the end of the day. And this is the this is the second time I've won a championship where I have only lost one game in the regular season, and I have won every other single game in the entire league, which just boggles my mind that I have two championships with that kind of title on there. I guess that just really proves that over the years, my playing skills have been increasingly great every single time. Even though there were some games I got a little lucky with a little bit of hacks, when the hacks did or did not matter, depending on how salty people are about that. But I think overall, I love Genesect. I love this team, and I just love playing in WC. This is the second championship we've won in WC. We have now tied with Sandy as the only other champion that can win two titles in WC, and we are the only two-time Delta champion in this league. So I'm super proud of ourselves, and I am looking forward. And I'm gonna let you guys know right now, around February, hopefully around February 8th, or a guarantee at some point in February, Season 8 is dropping, which is going to be about a month or so after Legends Arceus, just so if we can play with Legends Arceus and see what's going to go down if we're not going to go back to a national Dex format, or we're going to do a Legends Arceus mixed in with BDSP format. We don't know that for sure, but I am so looking forward to this. And also, can I just say, we won this league without a Mega Pokemon. We proved how good we can be with even without a Mega Pokemon. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know who your favorite mon on the team was, and I will see you guys next time. And until next time, everybody, peace.